Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirby and the Forgotten Land. In this part we're going to a desert.
Original Wastelands is the start of the third of the game. But it also feels in a way sort of like a halfway point in a sense, which might be which might be weird to say. But looky here, our the Awufis, our traditional enemies, they've got an upgrade. We've got some big ones now, don't we?
Yes, and I forget what they're called. I think hold on, let me
It
look
might
it
be
up. Let
Big
me look it up.
Awufi or something like that. But yeah, they're
It could be a wolfie or something like that, something stupid.
Yeah, but they are the
Uh,
yeah. So we've got some big boy versions of the regular enemies now. On the second island, sort of the a bit of a difficulty ramp up. Yeah.
yeah. Also this first stage is also pretty
I know.
open.
I was gonna say that myself.
At least in this first area.
This might
And
be
if
the
you're not
most open. In general, this as a result, it might be the most open stage in the game actually, which I think is pretty cool.
Yep.
Um, There's a bunch of fun things that they do as a result. You know, you've got all these little obstacle courses, little secrets like that target up there.
Yeah. By the way, if you're not closely looking for if you're not looking for the thing that you're looking for in this first part, then you're going to skip on it because I completely forgot about the ranger targets.
Oh yeah.
In this part, and I had to go back and
I saw it in the
get them.
top right there. Earlier.
Well, I didn't. At least not at
Yeah, but
first.
there's a bunch of there's a bunch of fun stuff with finding like mouthful modes. You can use tornado in it to substitute blowing the fans and clearing the dust and such. Speaking of which, we there might be an opportunity to find tornado in here somewhere as well.
Uh, but yeah.
It's like a fun little, sort of open area with a bunch
Uh,
of mini challenges, plenty of the missions to sort of solve here as well.
Yeah, not to mention, deserts and platformers aren't really that interesting. So I'm glad
Well,
that this one has like some kind of
I'm
aesthetic
not
to
sure that's
it.
entirely true. I think it's mainly that they happen
Mainly
they
Mario,
happen so early on for the
mainly.
most part that they not a lot of opportunities to do all the some really interesting some of the interesting stuff. But I think even Mario can come up with some cool stuff. I just like the desert aesthetic for some
Oh yeah,
reason.
but
Like the stuff that
it's
because when I was a kid, I think I liked I guess the idea of ancient Egypt stuff. Thought that was fun. So yeah.
well. I mean, the thing is that uh, there's like when I'm talking about is like mostly like a desert alone and all that. Like you can have like the Egyptian ruins or something like that in the game. It's more of the fact that most of them don't really do all that much with it. Not even like combining like other things with deserts to make something more interesting. They just put sand and maybe a few cacti here and
Dunes,
there, and that's about
quicksands,
it.
pyramids, I suppose.
I
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of my more favoured
yeah,
level aesthetics.
it's it's the one thing you think of when you hear desert, you know.
The dunes, yeah.
Okay.
But
By the
we're
way,
seeing
this
here
entire
though
time
that this desert in particular seems to be a dried up sort of ocean portion because we've got a cargo
oh,
ship, dead coral all around. Might even be a lighthouse up there as
yeah,
well.
could have been underwater.
Yeah. I've noticed
Uh,
that seems to be more a
by the
common
way,
aesthetic for some worlds recently, the dried up ocean.
By the way, the the name for the new Awoofies is just called Primal Awoofie, and that's about it.
Right, yeah, okay.
That's it. That's kind
But
of
yeah, but
lame.
that was the big open portion of the level. It's a bunch of fun levels in
Yeah,
this particular world.
now it's just now it's really linear. Here you can see like little wind turbines in the
Yeah,
background.
we've discussed before this
I
sort
didn't
of
see that.
taking a traditional theme and putting like a sort of real world sort of spin
Spin
on
off.
it with an an abandoned place in the real world spin on it. Yeah.
Yeah, like this one clearly has been underwater at some point and and the water has receded to some
Mm,
for by a drastic margin.
yeah.
Uh, but since I brought it up, has there been like a level theme in a platformer that you think is not all that great? Like
No, because I
could use
think
some work.
you can make take any theme and make something interesting out of it. It just depends on imagination, execution. I don't think there's any like people harp on things like perhaps underwater levels or sewer levels and such, but all it takes is just people to do something interesting with those themes, or them to play really fun, and
Yeah.
suddenly, oh hey ho, people really like them. If anything holds back level themes from most
Mhm.
people, outside of gameplay, it would just be aesthetic really, and then that would be preference. Although
Yeah.
often these kinds of level themes come with sort of certain gameplay expectations and ideas as well. So there is that.
Like the water level has underwater sections.
Yes,
And
but like the underwater
the
level plays really slowly. It's things like that. Even if it doesn't
yeah.
have to.
Now that I think about it, I don't think sewer levels have like that kind of mechanic in mind. Like sewer levels don't really have that kind of like sticking mechanic that the water world has.
Hmm.
Uh, like your typical water level, but the sewer levels they don't
By
really
the way,
have
this
that,
level has one of my
to my
favourite secret
knowledge.
areas. If you see that broken fence in the background there, that goes towards a secret
Oh
area
yeah.
back in the hotel.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot.
I mean, sorry, eating something.
I have to. I I I have to. I have to figure that out myself. I have to see it for myself, so I'll probably get into the
Yeah,
game
it's a
later.
fun
But
sort of mini game section essentially. You have a conveyor belt and you're trying to get all those green keys to unlock like a boatload of like star coins and figurines and such. It's really awesome.
oh yeah. Also, I found a green screen transition for Forgotten Land, and I figured, hey, I'll use it here for better seamless transitions. So, whenever you see a blue transition from now on, that's me cutting to something else.
Okie dokie.
I just figured that for this one it'd be a
Has it
pretty
happened
good
already? I didn't see because
transition.
the
It has it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick,
so the way we're
but
having this the
I
recorded is that
do.
I'm seeing a screen share of the video. It's acting really bad at the minute. I've not seen the transition yet.
Oh, is it?
Okay, during the I assume it's during that blue thingamajig, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, that's that's basically what I
Okay.
found, and it works pretty good.
When did you get when did you get Dragonfire, Kirby?
Huh? Yeah.
Well, it's a good opportunity because I briefly just
uh,
briefly discussed it at the end
I
of
think I think it was what I think it was when I think it was when I went back to get the ranger targets.
okay.
I was like, okay, I'm done with
Yeah.
this. So I picked up
I
fire.
briefly discussed it while when you used it in the in sort of the Waddle Dee town to show it off a bit, but Dragonfire is the final evolution of fire. You get awesome purple flames, a much longer flamethrower attack as well, that generates the flames on the ground much faster. I think they're at least more powerful. But the big thing about Dragonfire is the aerial burning attack. So the fireball, where you dash through the air, it lasts much longer, and it also curves upwards a bit. With Dragonfire, I think you can actually perhaps achieve some permanent sort of flight with it, compared to the other burning attacks, which go down a
Uh,
bit. Because this one kind of arcs downwards and goes slightly up a bit. At the very least, it lasts much longer, and it's much faster too.
I think you're right. Dragonfire might be might be there for like speedrunners or something like that.
I'm not necessarily sure any
I don't
abilities are made with speedrunners in
Well, I
mind.
mean,
But
what I mean is that the properties of the meteor dash is for fire, a Dragonfire is has it's different, and like you said, it may keep you in the air a lot longer.
yeah, it's Dragonfire has one of the most difficult expert times in the treasure roads, because they really
Oh,
expect you
really?
to make use of that fast and far reaching sort of burning attack. The aerial dash, yeah.
So, by the way, the level theme has changed, and it's now a uh, sort of resort area.
Yeah, sorry, I
You
was
know.
just eating something. But
Oh.
yeah, that's sort of the main theme I think with this world is that it's a dried up sort of resort town, a resort city. We had the ocean earlier, dried up with the barge. We've got this still kind of lovely sort of seaside vista actually, and
Oh,
we'll see a
yeah.
few additional things in a bit as well.
So yeah, this is the that was the like you can even see the chest back there. Like I just skipped on it because I didn't realize it was there.
Mm.
Which is the only time that has ever
Well, it's
happened.
alright. We'll see some buzzsaw a bit later, I assume.
Uh, yeah, we will, and probably in the treasure roads. Uh, uh, because it works a little differently from normal cutter.
It works a lot differently from normal
Uh,
cutter. But then again, Chakram cut is also
but
pretty different. Cutter's got some good variety with its different sort of forms actually.
yeah, you got the regular one, you got a twin
Hmm.
one, the chakrams, and then you got a big one.
We'll get there when we get there. But yeah,
But
with the final form of fire, by the way, it's
I
probably one of the. It's probably. I think you'll see with most final forms, is when the ability not only gets its most powerful, but also its most interesting. Fire, I think, is pretty interesting, but it's on the lower side of how different it is. So we've got some good things to look forward to.
yeah, there was corn on the cactus.
Cactus
Cactus
corn,
corn.
yeah.
By the way, just to go back onto like level themes, uh, because like I was talking before, I don't think that sewer levels have like an idea like a mechanic tied to it. I think people just sort of have that kind of hate because earlier sewer levels. I'm mostly thinking of like the NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, where the sewer level
I'm
where
not thinking
most of
that
the
far
levels take
back.
place in the sewers, and
I think for most it's just the
well,
fact that sewers, they're
I think
often
sewer levels
maze-like in
got its hate
design.
got it that got unreasonably hard. Maybe I like that's what I'm thinking. Like I don't because uh I don't know. Like Have there ever been like a sewer level nowadays? Because I don't think there has
Yeah,
been.
there's been like sewer sections in games and such. It's mainly
Well, that's not.
well, it's the fact that I think most people expect them that they're like maze-like, they're similar in design, like they've not got a bunch of sewer levels. Don't usually have a lot of interesting level design going on as either. Um, Often has water sections in them. Yeah, just things like that. They can be dark,
Although
but yeah.
I know that
Although
in sewer
this is a
levels,
fun
in
section.
sewer
This is.
levels, yeah, it is.
Some of these challenges are getting more robust as we go on with these copyability rooms and such. Not seen drill in a while either, so that's nice.
Yeah, I do like the I do like the pencil drill quite a bit. Mainly because it's like the only one with like any kind of aesthetic value. I think, because like the first one is just a drill hat, and then it's fully upgraded one is another drill hat.
I kind of like how the final
So
upgrades can be sort of like just the most powerful version, like aesthetically as well. But the powerful
yeah,
the final upgrade of drill is quite interesting though.
it
It's
is
very
one of
fascinating.
the one of my favorite upgrades trees is probably ice, mainly because of the final upgrade you get, of how it just
Interesting.
looks like a very regal. It looks like something ornate, or like it just looks like a straight upgrade to like the first one,
We'll get to that when we
where
get to
it's
that.
like
Yeah,
more it.
we've been
Yeah,
using water Kirby
I
throughout.
just really like the look.
We've been using water Kirby throughout this level to clear up a bunch of poison. That's another use of water. We've been using it, to fill things, clean up dirt and such. And the level's over.
Clean is better than dirty. Cleaner's neater than clean, or something like, I don't know. I didn't grow up with that
I don't know what
commercial.
you're on about either.
That was like the Super Mario Sunshine commercial. Like over here, I don't know what commercial for Sunshine you guys had in the UK, but in the US there was a song tied to it, uh, for Sunshine, and it was like a strangely like joy. It was a strangely joyous song about cleaning up the island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like uh it's like it was almost like edutainment level type of song,
Okay.
something you see on Sesame Street.
Well, that's that for this part.
Yeah,
Tune in next time.
yes it is. Hopefully we'll get better material.